What's up guys, it's TJ here, hope you guys have been well. Today I want to address a topic that I came across when I was watching Impact Theory maybe a couple weeks ago. I've been meaning to do a video on it I want to call it the artist versus the canvas. And it was an interesting point that was brought up during the interview. I forget the guy's name that Tom was interviewing, but they were talking about how there are like two kinds of people. There are people that develop in a certain way to become an artist. There are people that develop in a certain way to become a canvas. And it was like the people who are artists are the ones who, you know, they're the ones that are in charge of the paintbrush. They kind of look at their life as a masterpiece that they're artfully creating. You know, it's up to them how they want to decorate and make the you know, how they want to infuse their life. You know, they're the ones that infuse life. They emanate and they paint their life the way that they see fit. The other option was canvas. And I thought this was interesting because he was like, people who are canvases are just like, they receive paint. They receive splashes of paint from here, splash from paint from there, splashes of paint from there. And these are basically like impressions from, this is an old, I believe they called it Toltec concept, where they were like the people that are influenced in the way of the canvas are influenced by way of what they call the marketplace, where people are just, everyone's yelling and everyone's trying to bargain, everyone's making, you know, shouting their own opinions about things, and the canvas is kind of just receiving everything, as opposed to the artist who is artfully making choices about how they want to experience their life. And this leads me to a concept that they brought up, which was really cool, and they were like, this is why choice itself is a superpower. So they were saying that choice is a superpower, and it's like choice is what differentiates high performers from the people that kind of haven't quite made it yet. It's just choice. It's like collapsing that, they were saying it's collapsing that I know I should to actually doing it. That actual gap right there is what separates the high performers and the high achievers from the people who are just kind of like going about their day or like, you know, not really achieving much. It's just simple as that. And it's funny because it's choice, you know, and they label choice as a superpower because of the effect that it has on, you know, getting things done, and how it's such a stark contrast between those things that if you say you're going to do it, do it. It's like, I know I should meditate. You know, collapse that I know I should with meditate. You know, or I know I should be eating well. Collapse that I know I should with eat well. You know, and it's a small difference, but later on down the line, the life streams of the person who didn't make that choice and the person that did make that choice are vastly different. You know, because the opportunities open up, and, you know, the person who didn't still walks the same path. So that was very interesting, you know, just looking at choice as a superpower and kind of taking command of your life and not being like the canvas, not just taking people's opinions and just as your own, you know. Question everything. That's a saying as you wake up in the conscious community. Question everything, you know, and question the answers. When those answers come, question those. And, you know, your life is a gift. Like, we are here to give what we got, you know. And this lately I've been thinking this way about like making these simple choices and like getting up earlier and just like doing things and not really like thinking about the process of it. And it's been making me be more present. And it's funny because as I'm more present, whatever experience that I'm doing it's becoming more enjoyable. Like even waking up early in the morning, having to drive 2 hours to go to court in some place that I don't live around there, but I had to go to court the other day, and because I'm a cop, I had to go to court and deal with the trial and all that. But I flipped it in my mind and I was like, you know what? Where am I right now? I'm just gonna enjoy this. People would love to be in this position that I'm in. And you just flip it, you flip it and you just enjoy your space. Whatever you're present in, you enjoy it. And that's a choice. That's a choice. And it changed the whole dynamic of the experience for me. Next thing I knew, I was back home in my bed and I was like, the only way that I got to this point enjoyably was through the whole experience. Was just being conscious and present through the whole experience. Not waking up and like, man, I can't wait to get back in the bed again. That would have prolonged my perception of getting back to the bed. And it's funny because I just think about it like, if I want to travel through time, if I want things to move faster throughout the day, paradoxically, I have to sit with the moment. And that's a fact. Like if you're trying to like move through something quickly throughout your day and like you kind of don't really want to experience it, sit with it and watch how fast it passes, and you get to that point where you're like, I'm here now. Like I went through it, So that's what I've been doing lately, and that's why I resonated so much when they were saying choice is a superpower, and it's the difference between high performance achievement and the people that haven't quite made it yet. Like which person are you, the artist or the canvas? So I thought that was a nice topic to dive into, a quick little video I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys have been great. We are ending the year. Oh man, this has been by far the most transformative year that I've experienced. Being on the NoFap journey for the longest that I have ever been, and everything that's manifested around that as a result of that discipline and the transmutation of that sexual energy and putting it out into my creative endeavors. What a year. So this is just the beginning though. So now we build from wherever you are. This is where we build from now. So I wish you guys a blessed year. Much health, much wealth, much prosperity. May all your dreams come true, and may you stay the path. May you stay disciplined and push forward, push your limits, because you are way more than you think you are. So until next time, always remember, a greater perspective will lead to a greater connection.